there were red flags. Like, not even red flags, there were sirens. Like, those were big. Like, I look back and I'm like, how did you miss that?
Yeah.
And I missed them because, and I've had to sacrifice personal pleasure and things that I could have done for myself. Like I said, it's your business. Everybody else there is there for a paycheck.
Yeah.
So you will sacrifice.
Have you experienced like betrayal? Okay. Yeah, you have.
This one needs me to drink water because wow, this actually needed a shot. This one.
For clients,
this
partners, the team.
This one actually needs like a 6-pack. I still get, I'll say anxiety from some stuff that I'm still dealing with. So Cristophe right now is. So I do most, if not all, of my graphic work.
Yeah.
And then print out and assemble myself because there's a certain way that I wanted to look. Yeah. Because I wanted to complement. Went for a few interviews, got a few offers. But I think as I got the offer letters, something just went ding. These people are crazy. What is this? And I took a break from events because I saw I was doing more harm than good. My spirit was unsettled and I was making mistakes. Stuff that I knew, like the back of my hand, were just going wrong. And I took a step back. I said, no man, Chris.
Yeah, but now how do you protect like your business and peace based on your past experience?
Of course, I'm not as trusting as I was before.
Hi guys, welcome to P Square Podcast. Today I have Cristophe Cobblah.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome to P Square Podcast. And we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
So before, no worries. We're gonna start first with our moments. So you can just pick 3 cards from me. Yeah.
3 cards
randomly and just give them to me.
Alright. I think I've got more than 3. 8.
Okay. In that order, you give them to me. You look at them.
Look at me looking at them.
Okay, so the first one. If you got into a really big trouble, how do you think I would respond?
How do you think you would respond?
Yeah.
Wow. I think your first response would be, how can I help?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you sleep in jail a bit.
Yeah.
But, second one. What is your favorite family tradition?
Cooking together. It's one of the things that I think us as a family enjoy. Of course, yes, I do have my siblings who don't like cooking, but it's something that me and my parents and all of us have just had as a joining thing that we do together.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Perfect. Then let's see. What is something you want to learn to do?
I think when you say learning, we're talking about a process. It's something it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, appreciating myself and the stuff that I've done for myself.
Yeah.
I think in the past, I have put myself in the back seat.
Yeah.
And I would feel guilty every time I want to do something or appreciate myself.
Yeah.
So I think that I'd like to learn to do consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe stop raising the bar because.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it happens sometimes. Like you keep raising the bar, you're like, oh, I'm not there. I'm not there. Then you forget, like, okay, 3 years ago, I was like, this is where I wanted to be.
So I'm here, but I'm not appreciating the strides that I've taken. I think, and it's one of those things that you ultimately find yourself on autopilot because you're just like, I just want to fly.
Yeah.
But you've done the mileage and you're not seeing that I've flown.
Yeah.
And you need to acknowledge that. So yeah. One of those.
Yeah, it's one thing that now that you're mentioning it, like appreciating yourself. When I had a chat with your friend, he was mentioning, he was like, some of the things that you do, like they surprise him. The way you take care of other people and you put yourself aside first is, he doesn't know how you do it, but you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then when they ask you, why are you doing this? It's like, no, if I take care of my people, then they will be able to do the job and I'll be happy afterwards. Even if, I don't get the treatment that I should be giving myself.
Yes.
So let's get into it. Easy stuff first before I make you sweat.
Right.
So where is Cristophe coming from? What is the meaning behind it?
Wow. That's one of those questions that I think this version of Cristophe is a Cristophe that is healing, still healing, I think. I wouldn't say healed because it's I still get I'll say anxiety from some stuff that I'm still dealing with. So Cristophe right now is a version that is healing, that is more appreciative of life itself. Just waking up right now. The version that you're seeing now is that version that is just grateful for waking up and getting to work and see my work bring a smile on other people's faces. That's the version that you're seeing right now.
That's really cool. Then if you have to tell me about the most difficult moment in your life, and which moment is it and how did you get through it?
I'm an event planner. I think it's not just for making money, but as a creative, I've noticed that I get a certain joy from my work. And there was a point where that was taken away from me. Not taken away in a sense that I couldn't do it anymore, but physically, emotionally, and mentally, I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't facilitate anything. And that's when I saw how important or how part of my being, my work is. I was hospitalized I had a mental breakdown and got hospitalized for that. And I think that's the moment where the silence, that moment where now I am forced to, because like I said to you, if you're on autopilot for a very long time and you don't sit and just take everything in. When I was admitted and I was now having nothing to do, because now there's no work to distract me.
Yeah.
There's nothing to keep me busy. I am now facing everything else that I've been pushing and putting aside.
Yeah.
And that's when everything just...
Yeah, it's like one of the things, when you do things, you're listening to music, you're distracted.
Yes.
Sit with your own thoughts, sit with your own mess is sometimes the most difficult thing you can do. It's because all these distractions, they distracting you from dealing with things and it's prolonging it.
Yes, definitely.
Then you dealing with it at that moment. And by the time you deal with it later, it collects more.
Yeah, it's like debit orders. Keeps bouncing off because you're not availing the emotional currency at the point.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, now you're on a minus. And when it gets to a certain point, the day it cashes in, it's not coming in. It's like SARS, it's not coming in for us.
No.
It just wants the whole amount.
Accumulation.
Yeah. So for me, that was my point of, this is where I am. I have to face this. And being in really uncomfortable conversations at that point in time.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about sometimes when things happen and then I'm at that moment, I was like, okay, this is the result and it needs attention right now. I was like, this could have been avoided.
Yes.
From a while ago. So
one of the things that I think I appreciate from the whole experience is learning how to take accountability.
Yeah.
It's very easy to point fingers and say this and this happened because of that, so and so did this. But I think that point taught me that you need to sit and take accountability, because also if you don't take accountability, you're not going to grow. You're not going to learn.
It's affecting your future.
Yeah, you're not moving forward also, because taking accountability means that you are acknowledging your part in the whole mess.
Yes.
And that's how you become a better person and you avoid repeating the same mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. But Esther, we're gonna go into the whole part of your whole experience, the past and the present, and things that are coming in the future, right? But like, what inspired you to start the event architecture company?
So I've always had an inclination towards events. I was in high school.
Yeah.
My mom does events as well.
Yes.
She introduced me to events, but it's something that I was also doing while I was in high school also. So while my friends were going out on weekends, I was putting my school bag down on a Friday and getting into a van with a trailer and reversing and driving off to do an event with her and so forth. So that's how I started developing or being introduced to the events. And yeah, after high school, I wanted to be a software developer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, when you're in high school, you're told, no, look, you're doing well in IT, you're doing well in this, so we think you should go study this. And I made that big mistake of, not following where my natural inclination was. I had one person who, my aunt's husband, who was like, no, man, you seem to be in the event space. Why don't you do something in the hospitality space?
Yeah.
But at that point, he was the only person who was pushing that, and he got drowned out by everyone else. And I found myself at TUT. But with the support of my parents, I, started, and here we are.
Yeah, because I when I had a chat with your mom, mentioned, I was like, hey, the guy did the business management, the computer studies. I was like, okay. So, and then I realized, like, you know what, within the space, you couldn't get a job. But I was like, at least you didn't sit down like, okay, I don't have a job, I've been applying. You did something for yourself.
Yes.
Which was one thing I was like, hey, it's different from most of the youth that will just complain. And
I had to make a plan. I think it's one thing that my dad is a full academic, which is a big contrast to my mom. My mom is a full-on hustler, entrepreneur. She was telling me, I was like, I was busy with the kiosk at school, and I on the weekends I was doing this. And I think I'm grateful for that, because I find myself doing certain things now in my business that I realized that I learned from her without even seeing it.
Yeah.
And it was a lesson for me. We were at stadiums. There's a match where they were catering, we're cooking and selling food there.
Yeah.
She's at a kiosk during the week, Monday to Friday. Weekends, it's events. So there was always something that she was busy with, that she was doing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like, what personal values or philosophies drive your approach to like crafting events? Because when I had a chat with Ken, it was like, when you're driving, you see like a tree that is dry with leaves and everything, and then you're like, oh, this thing is dead, but you see something else, like, I can make something out of this. You're like, you're such a visionary.
I think it I don't even know how to explain it. I always see things that I think other people don't seem to see. Right now, I'm comfortable. Let me put it this way. I'm comfortable in my own design space, and that has allowed me to develop a certain, because in floristry also, let me start with flowers. There's people who love working with fresh flowers. There's people who love working with dry flowers. I've found that my affinity is with dry flowers. Anything earthy, I just drift to. And because of the abstract way of arranging and so forth, it seems to resonate with me, and I do it quite well. I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it for other companies as well. There's a lot of companies that will call me in. Of course, yes, I won't post, but but there's companies that call me regularly to come in and like, please come into a backdrop for us, come and style this, please source flowers and come in. I've got a wedding. I've got a client who wants something dry and earthy and bleached, and I'll come in, and so it's just one of those things that I've become comfortable in. I think when you're in a happy space, then you can start developing your talents properly.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking about, I was like, when people see the garbage and you see like something that can be turned into something valuable, I was like, that's very unique. Yeah. So, yeah. But can you just walk us through your creative process when designing like something completely unique for an event? Like, where do you start?
So, I'll use weddings as an example. A client will come in, they'll fill in our form. Of course, we've got a digital form they fill in. That just gives me the vision that they have for their special day. Most of the couples just have a color, amount of guests, and a date. And they'll tell me that we want to do it in a tent. And then what I will do is I'll sit down and then I'll design what I call a mood board, what we call a mood board.
Yes.
And that's where I will design. I'll start off with the color palette. I'll start off, if they've given me maybe a blue, I'll look for a secondary color that I can pair with blue.
Yes.
Because I don't want the event to look blue just because they want blue. So I'll try and pair it with something, design the mood board, and then send it to the client along with the code. So the client is able to see what's on the code and what the vision is for the code. Because unfortunately, our clients don't know most of the things in the design space. So I'll write down my code backdrop, but unfortunately, they don't know what a backdrop is. Yeah. So the mood board is there to assist me and them. Because what I do with the mood board after, if the client approves the mood board and they've paid a deposit, that gets saved onto our booked events. And that's what I share with the team.
Yeah, okay.
That makes it easier also for me and them, because now they know exactly how the backdrop should look. They know exactly where I want the tables to be placed. They have the floor plan and we're good.
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier.
Easy, yeah. And that's one thing that Kat was mentioning, was like the way you create your mood board is out of this world, and you create it in such a way that the client knows exactly what to expect and what they're paying for.
Yes.
So yeah,
I think it's also from experience also, apart from also making it a easy design process. Like I said, as you grow and you learn, you realize that there's certain things that become a problem when you are dealing with clients. Where in the past, where I'd send a code out and you'd get on site and a client is expecting something different, because honestly speaking, they don't know the event language. Yeah. So this just makes it easier also on me and also on the client, that we know what we're talking about. We know what we've agreed on, and
Yeah. It's like because that's what happens most of the time. The client tells you like a bit of it, but you also explain them, you give them a vision of what it will look like.
Yes.
That's one thing that makes you look like, that sets you apart from other people as well. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But how do you just balance the creativity with the logistics or the logistical and budget realities of clients?
That one is it's one of those. It's so what I do. There's a section in my client specification form where I ask clients for a budget cap.
Yeah, okay.
So a client will say to me, "Look, we don't want to go over this amount of money. This is our budget." And what I would usually do is I'll look at the budget, and then I'll design something around the budget. And then obviously after designing, that's when I start allocating things like transport costs. Are we traveling? Where are we traveling to? Accommodation for me and the team. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes. So I find that if a client is able to give me a quote, or not a quote, but a budget cap, it also reduces the back and forth. Because if with me, I'm going to go crazy. If you say to me, I want a wedding for 300 people and my color is orange and white, and you don't give me a budget cap, I'm going to give you the most, like I'm going to go out of my way. So if you don't rein me in and say, look, don't go that far, this is where we are, I'll tell you like, okay, this I can work with, or I'll say to you, this I can't work with. If you can, just pull it a bit to this amount, then we can get this done. That's when the mood board comes in, because then I'm able to show you the type of chair that I'm going to give you, what I want to do for florals, and it makes it a bit easier that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Then, just checking, the services that you offer, you'll be like more. Do you do graphic design?
So A couple of years back, I used to use, just like any other event planner, I used to use a graphic designer who would do my stationery and my designs. But I found that I didn't like what they were giving me.
No, see.
And I just took it upon myself that I went for a graphic design course and a stationery course. And I just started practicing, and so I do most, if not all, of my graphic work. And then print out and assemble myself, because there's a certain way that I wanted to look, because I wanted to complement what we're doing on the table. I think that was my biggest challenge, that the stationery will arrive and there's very few people who can get it the way I want it to be. So, also I think doing it in-house also reduces the costs as well. Because bringing in a third party in to do the graphics and then print, that's a cost that some clients just feel like it's a lot. But if we can do it in-house, I'm able to tone down the pricing, and it, makes it easier for us.
Yeah, but like with the graphic design, people are getting more access to it through AI. They can do it their own. Do you think that space, the graphic design, is a dead career kind of thing, or?
I still believe in doing it yourself. I feel like AI is there, but
I'm just thinking about someone who specializes in that.
I suppose they could explore that space if that's a service they offer.
Yeah.
But I still feel like doing it yourself.
You see, you're doing it yourself now. There's someone who's a graphic designer there. They don't have clientele because you decide to do it yourself.
No, man. It's one of the there's things that I do out there at source. We don't have the large print capacity. So what I would do, I would design and I'd send to the printers. And then,
Yeah, I see. But like you work a lot with people. I mean, you work with your clients, your employees, networks. Like, what are the tips for like managing people?
There is really, human beings are tricky. They're tricky.
That's the hardest part about the job.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about the job, because it's not like you figure one out and then you figure the rest out. You come across different people.
Yeah.
But I've always found that talking, voicing out boundaries and other things are things that will always keep your relationships and whether it's a client, an associate, your staff, you need to communicate those things with them. Something that I struggled a lot with in the beginning. But I found that because I don't like awkward moments, I think that's one of the things that I don't like, awkward situations. So I used to avoid them literally with everything, to a point where even if I have to take the fall for something, I will, because I just don't want that situation. But I found that talking, voicing out your opinion, setting boundaries, then you will be okay. You'll be able to actively maintain those relationships. Because you can be friends with someone or be an associate with someone for about 6 years and something comes up. And then if you guys are not talking, it could be the end of that relationship. So talking, it's the best remedy. There's really nothing else.
Your mom will be very happy to hear you talk about this, the accountability and all that, because like, he likes taking falls for other people and all that, doing things. That's the only thing. I was like,
it's a work in progress. Unfortunately, we all have our natural inclinations, and for me, conflict makes me sick, like literally physically sick. I have anxiety attacks. I don't like conflict. And I think it's also one of the reasons why I work the way I work. Me doing events on an event for a Sunday that I'm doing on a Wednesday is because I'm avoiding that moment. I would hate to have a client pay me and then after the event now it's meetings. I've been in that situation. I don't like it. I don't like how it feels. And I also don't want the client paid me without any explanations. Now we need to sit down and be explaining things. It's not. So I make sure that I deliver to the best of our ability so that I don't have that
explanation.
I don't want to have it. I want to have an event, finish it. When I had an event, a cross-border event a week ago. We had some logistical nightmares and I had the flu. My voice was gone that whole week because of the flu. But I made sure we stayed on site that entire night because I don't want to be having those conversations. It's just a standard that I feel like we just need to uphold and hold ourselves, accountable to that standard I deliver, end of the story.
Yeah. But like with your team, like what kind of culture have you tried to create like with your team?
So in the past, I used to keep everything to myself.
Yeah.
In terms of the design, the layout and everything. And I noticed that was giving me burnout.
Yeah.
Also, it showed me that if I ever got sick or was in a state where I cannot do anything with an event or something, then my team is stuck without me. Yeah. So what I try and do now is I make them part of the process. I show them the layouts from the mood board, and then I also get their opinion also.
Yes.
Sometimes I want something and it's not, it's got issues. They'll tell me that we can't go put that backdrop there. It's going to fall. It's the ground is uneven. There's a lot of things that they take into account that I don't.
Yeah.
I'll want a backdrop on the grass. They'll say to me, we can't put it there because it's going to fall. Yeah. Or we're going to leave it there overnight. In the morning, it will have drank water from the grass. It's going to look... So there's what I do now is I try by all means to rein them in, get their opinion,
yes,
find out what they think, and share as much as possible so that I can also ease the load on myself as well.
Yeah. See. Yeah, there's just I had a chat with Kate actually, but I'll just bring it up after this one. But how do you ensure like your team stays? No, like not stays. Yeah, but how do you ensure like your team stays innovative and stay inspired across many types of events?
So, one thing that I have always done for myself is I attend workshops regularly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if the head is not in a good space, then the rest of the body is So I try by all means to go to workshops. I'm constantly scrolling through on my phone, on the internet. I'm in tune with trends. I've noticed that SA is always a year behind with the international trends. So if a trend is coming out, like now they've given us a forecast for next year, I know it's going to take a year for us to catch up because we're still on the trends from last year on the international market. So I try and always be attuned to that so that I can be able to inspire the team.
Yeah.
Because for them, they're coming to work. Yes, they are in their own spaces and creatively, active. But if I'm not on par or on trend, then I
see
can't
the vision, see the future.
I can't share it with them.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be stagnant and standing there.
Yeah. The reason why I was like, when it comes to the culture you've created, Kat mentioned like, you know what, you've been where they are, working for someone, and then you want the way you treat your team is how you wish you would have been treated when you work. So you're creating that safe space. But now I want to chat about like your selfless behavior. There was a point where I was actually trying to look for it now. I don't know where it disappeared to, but I'm gonna find it. The point it was when you needed people to come to work. I hope it jogs your memory. You need people to come to work, but you see like some of the resources that you got, the people that you got, they stay far from where the work will be done.
Yeah.
So you get the transport, you take your money to get transport for them. And then sometimes when you see it's getting dark, you get accommodation for them.
Yes.
You get breakfast for them. And while even you are hungry, but you're only getting for them. It goes to that point where I was saying like where you're taking care of everybody, but except you. but because you believe like if they are satisfied, they are happy, then they'll be able to get the work, and ultimately it makes you happy.
So I've been on the receiving end a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I know how it feels. And there's things that when I was in that space, I felt I wished my employer would have done for us.
Yeah.
And it's always been that thing where I said to myself, there's things that I'm always willing. I always say to my team, and they know, if I'm happy, if my client is happy, there's things I don't mind doing. My team stays quite far from where our warehouse is based and where our office is based. So I will actively, I don't mind having them sleep closer. Because, for instance, as an example, we'll knock off at 11. I want them on site at 5. They are an hour away from where we work, and they have to travel home. That means that they're going to travel for an hour, get home, sleep for 3-4 hours, wake up an hour plus earlier to get ready, then travel an hour to get there. So all these things, I know how it feels on the receiving end. It doesn't make sense to the human body as well. I've been there before. I saw the fatigue. I know how it feels. It's also not safe. So I would rather lose a bit of money. It's not even a loss because I feel like it's an investment. Seeing them safe, seeing them in that space allows me also to have to relax and be, I'm happy doing it. It's something that I don't think I'll ever change. I've had employees who've made me question the way I do things, but I don't think I want to change it. I like doing it. I love it. It's something that I don't think I'm going to change. As for looking after other people, when I work, I don't eat.
You don't eat?
Yeah, I want us to finish, man. and that's why I always remind myself that, look, even though I don't eat, other people don't run on the same.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the truth is the business is mine. It's not theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
So I must, and I love what it's done for me is my employees have noticed these things. Yeah. And I've seen them just falling in line.
Yeah.
If you lead by example, it just.
The example, I wanted the name of the place. So it was where they're from Hammanskraal and they were working in Pretoria North.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the place. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, the things that you do for your people.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something else.
One of those.
Yeah. But like when you started in this industry, like what are obstacles that you came across or that nobody told you about?
There's so many things that I wish I had knowledge about in the beginning. One of the biggest things I think that I will give, I think a piece of advice, or I don't know how people will take it, but friendships should have boundaries. It's rare to find friendship in the same industry you're in. It's really rare. But when you do find it, there should be boundaries set. When I started, I would have an event and an associate or someone I considered a friend would have an event. And they would call, or I would check up on them. They would tell me that, no, I'm working this weekend. And I would actively call and find out, oh, how's your event going? And I would just hear them being hysterical on the other side. And I'm like, what's going on? And this is not happening. This is not here. And I would leave my event, leave my team there and rush over that side because I thought I was developing a culture of support.
Yes. And
I only found out at a later stage that it's not always the case. If you don't have boundaries, it's a free for all.
Yeah.
It's a mall without security and people will shop.
At
any time that they want to shop, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's one thing your mom said was like, you know what, with all of this, like you had friends and they were just questionable, and then it affected how the business like was ran, like it come with the losses and all that.
It came with losses. It came with it came with a lot. That's why I'm saying boundaries. I'm using the word boundaries because if you have boundaries, it means that you can only allow people until a certain point. You will only also extend yourself until a certain point.
Yeah.
And also, if you see that what you're extending is not being given back, then you're able to pull back. But if you are just selfless all the time, you're going to run out.
Takers are gonna be takers.
They will shop.
And then you are always the giver.
Yes.
You always give.
They will take, and unfortunately they will takers are good at studying you. They know how you operate. They know what type of person you are. And then that's where they will sit on. If they find, they know that, okay, Chris, if I call him at 11
Definitely
in the evening,
gonna pick up.
He's going to pick up. So now I've just learned to say, I just knocked off at 1 a.m. I can't assist you. But I'll come in the morning and see if I can assist you.
Put your phone on D&D, sir. Put your phone on D&D. When you get home after 5.
No, I now that's not something that I do. I actively take the time away to disconnect so that I can be at peace, because you can't be available for everyone.
Yeah. Was there a moment where you thought about like quitting? Well, what kept you going?
There was a point where I wanted to just close down and just, at that point, I'll even say I wanted to quit at life itself. There was a point where I was just like in a dark space.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I realized that my work is a very big part of me. So when the business took a knock and things were not the way that I was accustomed to, I just felt like, I think I just wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a break away. I took a step back, and during that break, I thought, I think I should just go look for a job. Let me go look for a job, and let me go. Went for a few interviews, got a few offers, but I think as I got the offer letters, something just went, these people are crazy. What is this? And I wanted to quit, but there was always something that just kept, my mom fought me, like she fought. I told her, look, I'm just thinking of just selling everything. I've got debts that I need to solve. So let me just close down, sort these things out, and then just be at peace.
Yeah.
And she was like, nope, you're not closing down.
Yeah. But what advice would you give to someone who's like down and out, and just like you who thinks like, there's no place for me in this world, like it's better to end it. How can they bounce back?
You'll only bounce back once you know what put you down in the first place.
Yeah.
It doesn't help putting in the long hours and thinking that I'm going to fight this out. If you don't know what got you to where you are, it's going to be a pointless exercise. Sit down on your own. It's an uncomfortable conversation to have with yourself, but it's necessary. What was your role in the whole mess? And what could you have done differently also? Once you've had that conversation with yourself, that's when you can start having an action plan. And I think I know a lot of us feel like when you are down and out, let me go to the one thing I know. I took a break from events because I saw I was doing more harm than good. My spirit was unsettled and I was making mistakes. Stuff that I knew like the back of my hand were just going wrong. And I took a step back. I said, no, man, Chris, you need to deal with whatever's happening. What's going on? And formulate a plan also. It doesn't help fighting. When you're swimming, let's say you get swept into a river and you're trying to swim to the back, you need to have a plan. You're not just swimming blindly because you're trying to swim. You must know that I'm going to swim for about 4 minutes and I'm going to rest. And then after 4 minutes, I'm going to... You create small milestone or let me say checkpoints for yourself that assist you. And you give yourself a pat on the back that, oh, I made it until here. For me, I took a step back. I said, okay, this is not working out. I'm going to work for someone else in the meantime. And that just allowed me to take the stress of running a business away from my mind. I stopped accepting clients and started working from there. And that's that. The plan was to take a break actively and work my way back from that. So always have a plan. Sit down, have the conversation, have a plan.
Yeah.
And keep at it. It's not going to be easy. It's one of those things where you'll feel like, I should have just sat down. But keep at it.
Yeah. But looking back into like your whole journey thus far, like what has been like one of the biggest failures and what do you take from it?
What do I take from everything? I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Did I like how it happened? No. Am I the same person? No. Is the business the same? No. There's things that I am doing now in the business that I know for sure. If I was still in the same space as in the past, I'd never have done. I was comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you're comfortable, you miss a lot of things there's things that happen that I'm an observant person. But because I was so comfortable, I missed a lot of things that there were red flags. Like not even red flags, they were sirens. Like, those were big. Like I look back and I'm like, how did you miss that?
Yeah.
And I missed them because I was comfortable.
Yeah.
I had relaxed so much to a point where I just felt like, yeah, this is me. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets to the point, like, I think before we should, but like see things or see people for what they are, not for what you want them to be. Yeah. So
you get so comfortable and then you just overlook a lot of things. So I'm grateful for the person that this whole situation or this whole journey has produced. You know, do I like how it felt? No, I don't like it. But unfortunately, I got a second chance. I always say it's something that I always say. God gave me a second chance. It's not everyone who gets it. Yeah. Some people get hit and they never get back up.
Stay at rock bottom. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's something I was thinking about. But one thing again, I appreciate. We will say like, at that moment when you feel it, you feel like it's the end of the world.
Yes, you do.
But once you come out of it, then you realize, okay, I had to go through this for me to get to where I am today.
Baptism by fire. That's what I call it.
Baptism by fire.
You're purified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that even if right now, if we have to choose anyone, then you ask them like, hey, if you were to choose your own struggles, what struggles will you choose? Everybody's gonna take light things.
The lightest load.
Yeah. But the thing is, those lightest load, they don't prepare you for what you want in the future.
It's true.
So sometimes you just have to sit with yourself like, hey, I want this thing. Be ambitious. I want to be CEO. I want to be something. But whatever I'm doing right now, is it preparing that foundation? Yes. Is it preparing me to be that person? Because sometimes, like, even just like example at work, promotions, you act for the position before you get promoted. They see like this person is competent to be in that level, then that's how you get it.
You need to be intentional. I think it's one thing that I've also come to realize, that being intentional about the choices you make daily, whether in business or in your place of work, the decisions that you take on a daily basis,
yes,
they create. It's like when you're cooking.
1%.
If you pour oil in a pot and then you pour water, you're going to get a reaction. So every choice you make is a build up. You've added a spoon of salt, you added a spoon of sugar. When you taste, it's going to be off. So it's like all your decisions. If all your decisions and you're making them blindly, at the end of everything, unfortunately, they say you reap what you sow.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Really. So, yeah. But have you made some sacrifices along the way?
A lot. I have made a lot of sacrifices. A lot.
What sacrifices you had to make to grow in this business?
I think the biggest one, and I think some people in their 30s will tell you, our age mates are in a certain space. Some of them are sitting with families established, they are working, and for me, the people didn't understand when I started the business. It was a vision that people didn't understand. They just thought that, this boy, he wants to be a tent and chair guy. Like, what's this? You must go. Even with my parents, even though I know my mom supports me, but there was a point where she fought. She was like, just why don't you just go and get a job? And because our parents are looking for, they want to see us stable and secure and all of that. And I've had to sacrifice personal pleasure and things that I could have done for myself.
Yes,
Instead of me taking money and going on a trip, I would say, I'm going to buy chairs. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to, and I've had to sacrifice a lot of, personal comfort as well.
Yes.
Just so that the business can be where it is today.
Yeah.
So sacrifices are something that if you're in business, you must be prepared to do. At the end of the day, like I said, it's your business. Everybody else there is there for a paycheck.
Yeah.
So you will sacrifice.
You will.
If you've paid their salaries yesterday and you don't have food in your fridge, you will sit.
Yeah. It's just one thing that I think it was from Chris Williamson or Alex Omoji. Like, it's your vision. It's not anyone else's, it's yours. So if you want people to see it, they won't support you, but they will support you once they see
the results in everything.
The results. So it's just like God gave you this vision, not anybody, so you have to see it through. It doesn't make sense to everybody.
No, it doesn't.
You see it, like you see it unfolding.
Yes.
Sometimes you might not have the resources or how you're gonna get there, but it's there.
Yes,
it's there.
I think also for me, I was in a small town. I had the vision of where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to get there.
Yeah.
And this whole process that I went through actually showed me how to do it without me realizing that it's showing me how. I didn't know where to start. I knew that I wanted to transition from a smaller town into a bigger city, but I didn't know how. I had so many fears. I attempted to move out twice, but every time I had to do it, I would just be like, I'm fine where I am.
Yeah.
But this whole experience has taken me out of my comfort zone, and
that's one thing. Like talking about like sacrifices, you are well known in Mafikeng. Like if anybody wants an event, they go through you, and then you had to leave that just to come this side.
Yes.
So like the whole transition, how was it like?
It was uncomfortable. I was comfortable, like I told you.
Yeah.
And when you're comfortable, man, I knew. Like, I had events almost back to back. We were running a small venue at the same time. And I was comfortable. But coming into a new location, it will humble you. Because you come from where you're coming as a household brand or a household name, and you get into a bigger city, and then you realize that there's bigger sharks here.
Yeah.
There's here they are. They're whales. I am nothing. But what
were they in your pond?
I was in a pond.
Ocean
now I'm like, but what it does is it humbles you as well, and reminds you of also the reason why you started the business as well. Because what happens is when you come to a city like a bigger province or a bigger city, you reflect on the reason why you started the business in the first place. You go back to your values.
Yeah.
Why did I start the business in the first place? Which is something that I've never asked myself when I was back home. Until I moved this side and I had to now sit and say, no, man, Chris, what is your model? What is it why did you start the business and what are your goals with the business?
Yeah.
And only then, after doing and taking that exercise, did I start seeing myself being able to make decisions in the right direction. Before that, I was just cruising along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in your industry, have you experienced like betrayal? Okay. Yeah, you have.
This one leads me to drink water because wow, this actually needed a shot. This one.
For clients,
this
partners, the team.
This one actually needs like a 6-pack of I don't know what, but a 6-pack of something. This still gives me, sometimes when I'm maybe driving from the flower market or maybe going to do something and I'm on my own, and the thought my mind just goes back to that. I'm like, wow, really? People can do that? Like people, it's so sad that we don't support each other. Like we can't rally up behind each other and push each other in the entrepreneurial space. I don't think it's only in my industry, but it's happened, I think, across the board. But it's said that people will come together for one of the most malicious intentions and run with it, but they can't give the same energy when it's for the positive things and the building. Yes. And I saw flames. Like, every time, when I got admitted, I think that is one of the things that sent me over the rail, because I couldn't understand how people that I used to bend backwards for, and stretch myself where I shouldn't even be stretching myself for, were the same people who were saying things. When the sad part is, as human beings, when we talk about other people in private spaces, we show our true self. We tell the truth of how we actually feel about this person. And conversations were had in my absence, and I saw the conversations. A literal stranger just showed me the conversations and said,
"This was happening.
Come see something. I want to show you something." And I was just.
So those the ones that are close to you?
I remember reading those texts, and I was just like,
One thing I can tell you is, so it can be easier. If anyone is so comfortable that is not close to you, or like you don't have that kind of bond, if anyone is comfortable coming to you to tell you about someone's business, be rest assured.
Your business is also out there.
You are next.
And
if you're not there, they're doing the same thing.
But for me, I think what shocked me was I never had those type of interactions about other people's business.
Yeah.
I was just that person who was in my corner. And if you're in my space, I will help you as much as I can.
Yeah.
Partly because I started the business at a very young age. And I felt obligated that, look, if someone who is in my age group or who is new in the industry, our industry is brutal. it looks all glammed up and but I think we are running a mafia type of ring because wow.
Yeah.
You know, but I felt that I didn't have the chance to be mentored and to be guided in a certain direction. And I took it up. I said to myself, look, I'd like to do that for someone one day.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if people's intentions are not pure, they will piggyback and, you know. But I still don't. It's 4 years later, 3 years later, but I still don't believe some of the things that some of them are still actually coming out now. Like I'm still seeing things and I'm like,
this thing happened years ago. Okay.
This thing happened years ago, but what? And for me,
that's also one thing about me. I was like, people like bringing things like, I processed this, I dealt with it a long time ago. I was like, okay, so you don't know what's happening in my life recently. You know, like, stay there.
And the funny part
is, one thing about, so never complain, never explain.
I moved to this side, but still,
it followed you.
It followed me. They and it's something that I still struggle with grasping, how strangers can actually hate you without even knowing you.
Yep. Hate by association.
Yes, they are hotspotting. I don't even know why they're doing that, because you know, when you switch on your Wi-Fi function for too long or your hotspot, your battery runs out. It's exhausting. I don't know how they are coping, but
yeah,
strangers who I've never had conversations with,
hate by association,
who I didn't even know, were able to rally up and come up and cook up some of the weirdest things. And I moved to this side. I know, unfortunately, you can't detach from your history. It's part of you. But then they went after my relationships this side now. Yeah. I developed relationships this side. They're still doing it.
They can't touch you there now. Like, okay, now we have to come.
And the sad part is I'm aware of it. They're still doing it. I think it's one thing that I've also learned through this whole journey is you don't talk, like, just keep quiet. Yeah. It's not everything that you must respond to. But I am aware, because I do have genuine friends this side who will come and say to me, you know, so and so and so.
He's doing
1, 2, 3, or he's saying 1, 2, 3 to so and so. And I'm just in my own space. I'm like, wow. But I'm handling it better because I know what they're capable of doing now. Before, I was just blind. I was just on some,
it's not possible.
Yeah, I was like, it's not going to happen. My mother said it. I was like, nah, you calm down. It's not that deep. But I went through it. I saw it. People are, human beings can be evil. We can allow ourselves. I think that's when I realized that we have the ability to allow the devil to reside in us. Yeah. We have that ability, and we become the most unrecognizable creations of God. Like, we just become something else.
Yeah. But now, how do you protect, like, your business and peace based on your past experience?
Of course, I'm not as trusting as I was before.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate for the people that I'm coming across now, because I'm wary. I deal with them at arm's length. I'm a bit, and I disconnect quite regularly, because if anything resembles anything that mirrors anything that I went through, I step back immediately. I just pull out. Whether we're having a partnership or friendship or whatever, but if anything mirrors or mimics because I've analyzed everything and I've seen how I got to where I got to. So if anything in that process
checking the patterns
takes a pattern from what I just pull out. I do call you out if I feel like the relationship. It's also one thing that I have come to learn. It's not every relationship that you must force to cultivate.
Yes.
Some people just come in to teach you something, then they're gone. So if I feel like this relationship I want to protect, this one I want to protect, and this person on the other end is also willing, we'll sit down and we'll have a conversation on, no, man, this was not done right. This I don't like. This I like. Please don't do this again. This was done because of this. And I've also started keeping my circle very small.
Yeah, see.
My circle was quite wide. It was wide and very accommodating. And I just used to let every single person come through. But right now I am more guarded.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I'm doing for myself now is avoiding the mistakes that I made in the past, business-wise as well. It goes with managing the business much better. It's just
easy.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. But if you have to remember that one lesson, what is that one painful lesson you had to learn the hard way, but now you're grateful for it?
Don't believe everything you see.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you see. I'm saying that because someone will stand in front of you and smile and then they leave. But when they leave, they've got their own intentions. There's a lot going on. Rather just stay in your corner, man. Guard yourself. Like it's if I were to say this to any entrepreneur out there, young, old, struggling or successful, guard yourself. Guard yourself. Also, pray.
Stay praying.
If there's one thing that we don't do as entrepreneurs for our businesses and ourselves is we don't pray. It's especially important for us in our industry. We go into different homes with different beliefs. Every weekend we're in a different house. We're in a different area. And those areas have their own beliefs and other things that they're doing. And unfortunately, it ends up rubbing off on you. You go into a space where I don't have anything against anyone using traditional medicine or so forth, but if you feel that you are uncomfortable using it and you go into a space that is being used, you will feel it. So that's why I say to people, pray for yourself in your business. Pray over. Just ask for any form of intervention that you can get. It will make a difference.
Make a difference, definitely.
It will definitely make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. But would you say like your definition of success has changed over time?
It has.
Definitely.
For me, it used to be all about the money.
Yeah.
The money and the event count going up and me being this constantly busy person and but for me, success right now is being able to see my parents happy, being able to wake up and speak to my parents on a daily basis and also just to execute the visions that I have the way that I want to. For me, they say in our industry, they say that you're only as good as your last event.
That's what Kes says. Like
it's my thing. You're only as good as if your last event, and it's an emotional thing for us. All creatives will tell you, if an event does not go well, you are a mess for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Not because because maybe of the friction you're having with the client, but because sometimes there was a vision you had and now you can't forgive yourself for not executing it the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah. I told Kent, I was like, you know what? I'm taking this. From now on, I'm as good as my last episode.
That's it.
That's it.
That's how you pulling up an event that you did 6 years ago is not going to help you with anything.
Yeah.
Your clients are more interested in what did you do recently.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've been in this for a longest time, but your breakthrough has been like in a year or two. What
Strange,
changed?
Right?
Yeah.
It's one of those. The reason why I mentioned praying also, I was down and out. My business did well. I won't lie to you. Before, I was doing well. I was executing 3-4 events in a weekend. I was running a smaller venue on the side.
Yeah.
And we were busy. But it didn't feel, something was missing. I don't know. And then I just sat down and I just said to God, I don't know what's happening. I'm lost. apart from me being down and out, but I'm lost.
Yeah. Is that moment again, like people can see you doing great, this money and everything, but you internally
something is amiss.
Yes.
And I came the side. Actually, people don't know. I came the side and then left. Went home for a recess because I was going through. Yeah, it's brutal on this side, but I regrouped, which is something I'll say to everyone: regroup. If you feel that you need to take a break, take the break. Yeah. It's better to take the break willingly than to crash and be forcefully given a break. And I took the break, came back again. And then I said to myself, we're doing things differently this time. This time, we are winning. And we are winning differently this time. And I made decisions. I sat down. I'm more attuned with the decisions I'm making now, whether it be with my business associates or my business or everything. And I came this side, and this has been one of those. Yeah.
But looking at Jenny, like, what is? I know you work with. You are as good as your last event, but what is that one achievement that you're like most proud of?
So in May, actually in Feb, I got contacted by a client in Swaziland, and she said they're hosting a gala dinner for the king and business associates in Swaziland, and they'd like a coat. I looked at the message and I was like, this is not happening. I was like,
it's impossible.
I was like, this one is just, and I submitted the code, sent a mood board through, and they kept quiet. And I just thought, another client, Then April, client makes contact. Client has approved the concept. They're happy with it. They just like to make a few changes, and we would like to service 500 packs. 500 packs. Okay. 500 packs. This is a cross-border event. I need to provide literally from structural, from the marquee to the chair.
Yeah.
Now I sit down and, it's that. And 5th of May, we were in Swaziland and we pulled off a beautiful event.
Yeah.
Even got acknowledged by the king himself for what we've done. And I think that's when I was like, wow.
This is it.
Yeah, I must just take a step back and be like, wow, you. And that was one of those. We serviced Standard Bank in Swaziland for a festival last week. So yeah, we're okay.
You're okay.
You're okay. We're okay. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that's good. But looking back at your journey so far, what would you say like you are most proud of? Not business, but like what you've become. What is it like you say like I'm proud of this, I've become this kind of person?
I am a settled person.
Yeah.
My spirit is settled. Like I said to you, I was so comfortable, but my spirit was just uneasy in the beginning. Everything that has happened has created a version of me that is calmer, more appreciative, and just I'm settled. I'm okay. I'm settled. I'm content. It's created a version of me that is content with what I get.
Yeah.
Because when you get to a point where you have nothing and you get something, you become more appreciative of what is in front of you. So I've become more content and satisfied. Yes, I do want to do more, but I'm also acknowledging the small strides and what we've done thus far.
Okay. Very good. But like in your business, how do you attract clients?
So, this is one of those. I'm gonna give out 60% of it because the other ones are for ourselves. But I actively try. So what I do with my events is I treat every event as an exhibition.
Mm-mm.
It does take a bit of sacrifice and a bit of financial sacrifice here and there, but I always try, if my client is expecting 60%, let's for argument's sake, we always try and bridge that gap to get to 100 as close to 100 as possible. So I treat every event as an exhibition, because if you've got 100 people attending the event, those are 100 potential customers.
Yeah.
So if you execute the event well, you've got 100 people who you've made an impression on. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I've come to appreciate the power of social media.
Yeah.
Coming this side, Instagram, TikTok. TikTok still gives me nightmares, but yeah, it's one of those that I'm learning. I promise I'm learning. But yeah, it's things like Instagram, your online presence,
yes,
and other things. We attend bridal fairs as well. We go out. There'll be an expo. We'll go out, book a table. Doesn't come cheap, yes, but it's given us, exposure that we need.
The visibility, yes.
Yeah, and I think another thing that I've also come to appreciate is, just because the client is not using you at that moment does not mean that you should end off the encounter in a sour manner.
Yes.
Often when you send out a quote and a client does not revert or does not respond, we get angry, and yes, it's frustrating, because you spend money on the resources to put the code together and all of that. But I've come to see that if you can maintain a slight relationship, a client will say their wedding is on the 27th or their baby shower is on the 27th and they don't use us. My last line would be, I hope everything goes well.
Yes.
The following week, I'll just send a text. Hi, I hope everything went well. You're showing, because clients want you to take an interest in them and their lives.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are in the business of events, but we are also working with people's personalities and emotions. And if people don't feel appreciated or seen, if they just decide that this is, so if they don't use you at that moment, but you make an impression,
next time they'll definitely come back.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing that your friend mentioned, like very happy about, is you got verified on Instagram.
Yes.
Talking about power social media.
Yeah, social media.
Within a year of like putting in the work.
Social media is one of those. It's insane. It takes. It's a full-time job.
Yes.
You must wake up at the 4 a.m. and post. You must. Yeah, it's a lot of work. When I started, I was like, oh my God, this is a full-time job. No wonder they're social media managers, because this is a lot. You must have adverts. You must create content. You must respond quickly. You must, but I think also surround yourself with the right people. I'm saying this because the things that I'm doing, I've learned. There's an associate of mine, I don't want to mention her, but I think most people already know, because they know I'm always around her. The people will know who I'm talking about. But she has changed my view of the event space. Surrounding yourself with different people who are good for you, your tribe, will force you to also refine yourself and your skills because if you are friends with someone who is delivering flawless experiences all the time, then that is the standard you're going to hold yourself up to. Yes, and you want to, and it's rubbed off. And there were moments where I didn't want anything to do with events. I was just like, I'm tired of this nonsense. And she was like, no, you're not tired of this nonsense. You need to start doing things differently.
Yeah.
You need to start doing things differently. There's a couple of them actually. It's not just her, but she has She has, turned my head in the right direction here and there. That do you notice that this is where your strength lies? So pursue this. And
that's good.
It's been a confidence booster as well.
Confidence booster. Yeah. But okay. Yeah, but just closing off, I have a message from your mom. What do you think your mom said?
One thing I know about my mom is she worries a lot. It's that one is a given. It's one of the reasons why she's at all of my events. Most of my events she's around. If she can be, she will be there. But it's probably along the lines of, don't make the same mistakes again. She would murder me this time. I think it wouldn't be the experience that would kill me this time, but it would be her, because that woman has fought. Kudos to my dad too. He's more of the reserved type.
You put her through a lot. For a man that was supposed to buy a bike and you showed up with a Pajero or whatever.
There's a lot, man. I think it's probably along the lines. Don't make the same mistakes again. I didn't make the same mistake again. Instead of buying something else, we got a truck. So she was happy about that. And
about one thing that she is, I can tell you, she was telling me she used to think about where you're sleeping, when you move aside, what are you eating, like where is my son?
I had no plan. When I left.
So that's why she said she was not at peace, but she wants you to know right now
she's at peace.
And she wanted to let you know she never doubted you. I mean, you came back 10 times better than before.
That was
like they usually say that when you have a chat, remember who you are. Cobblah.
Yes, definitely.
So she's very proud of you, and she's at peace. And she's happy you're at the right track and you will make it regardless of the mistakes. What happened in the past, we just use those mistakes to correct the future.
Yes.
So
it's a script.
Easy.
That's how we mark. When you get a script, you use it's correction. You take the answers.
Well, we move forward by connecting the dots back.
Yes, definitely.
So easy peasy. So sir, one more again. Pick 3 more cards before we close.
All right. 3 more cards. I'm just going to take, that's 4. Oh, 5.
Okay. So we'll just take theirs then. Let's see. Is it hard to make the choice to be kind sometimes?
It is. It's because people will show you a version of themselves that doesn't deserve your kindness, but you still just,
That's it.
Unfortunately.
What makes you feel better?
Cooking, food.
Yep, she mentioned like he's also a great
food. It's my go-to thing. It's just it just puts me in a state of mind where I am. I'm okay. Even on events, what I'll do at events, it's flowers. So if I'm having like a panicky day and I haven't done flowers, I'll just start with flowers. They just calm me down. So it's either cooking or flowers. Then I know that
done.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Well, why this question like putting me involved? Saying putting me involved plus me angles. If we could go anywhere you wanted on vacation, where would you choose? Why?
Where? I wish it was a win. A win would be nice. A win would be nice. Quick one. Let me say where. Dubai. We've stayed in Dubai before, but I was still young and I didn't enjoy the experience that much. Still young, didn't appreciate the places my parents are dragging me to because I just felt like, take us to the arcade, we want to go play,
That's it.
So that would be, but why I'm saying a win, my grandparents passed on while I was still in high school and they never got to see the person that I am now. So my grandmother would really love it. She would love this version of me. So a Wayne would have been nice.
Yeah.
But a way is also fine.
Okay. Yeah, but any last words of wisdom for someone watching, someone in your space?
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't get distracted by people in the fast lane. And staying in your lane will allow you to focus. If you look around too much, you're going to have an accident.
Yeah. That's one thing my high school teacher, I used to have my vernacular, my high school teacher was like, people are saying I'm driving a Corolla. But what I know is if someone is driving a Range Rover, I will get wherever that person is, wherever they get to a destination, I'll also get there. It might be 20 minutes later, but I will get there.
I will also get there. So staying in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Keep your head down. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's also peaceful.
Yeah.
In staying in your own lane. It's very peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for having discussion with me.
Thank you for having me.
All the way from Secunda. I told you.
Yeah, I know you guys travel for stories.
I'll travel for stories. I'm not getting money from this, but I love stories,
change.
and
that must change.
That must change.
It has to change. It has to change.
Yeah, passion can get you so far, isn't it?
Yeah, and lights need to stay on. So it's one of those. Yeah,
but thank you for having discussion with me, and all the best, man.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, and people watching, likes of social media, share, whatever. Thank you. Bye.
Right.
That's one thing I feel at as well. I don't do all this subscribe.
Yes.
I have to do it, but I never do it. So